You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. So what does it mean to take the name of the Lord in vain? A few things. It can simply mean to curse God. It can mean to sin with the awareness that he has placed his name upon us. If we are a believer, if we are a Christian, if you, whatever you want to call yourself, you follow Yeshua, and yet you misrepresent his name through your sin, then you bring his name to nothing, because others will look at your life and curse God. They will say, this is who God has sent to be his representative, this one who is a sinner, and they themselves will be hindered to follow God. And so we as people need to be careful about our witness and how we carry our witness forth. Next one is how we can bring his name to nothing is through false oaths. We see in Leviticus 19:12, you shall not swear by my name falsely and so profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. So in other words, if we say, well, I swear on his name that this and this and this is the case, and yet we lie, then we have taken his name in vain. And in false prophecies, like Jeremiah 23:31, where it's written, behold, I am against the prophets, declares the Lord, who use their tongues and declares the Lord, when God has not spoken. So when a false prophecy goes out, saying God has said something which he has not said, that misrepresents what God is saying. That misrepresents God's will. That misrepresents his holiness and set-apartness. And that is bringing his name to nothing. And then Leviticus 18:21, last one I'll bring in this is, you shall not give any of your children to offer them to Molech, and so profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. When you profane God's name by offering your children into the fire, that is simply, back then people did child sacrifices. They offered their children. It's a terrible thing. But today people still offer their children. They offer their children up to be prostitutes. They offer their children up to be aborted. They offer their children up to be trafficked. People offer their children up to get something in exchange for their children. There's even people, may I dare say, who offer their children up for a grant from the government. They take a grant from the government, which is supposed to feed the child, and they spend it on lusts. That's a way that we're also offering up a child. We're exchanging our child for something that we think we're going to gain from it. I want you to walk away from this, auditing and asking God, is there any of these that I have done in my life? Taking God's name in vain in my actions. I pray, Father, that you would come to us all and help us, strengthen us. You turn away from all of our lawless deeds, that we would no longer be held captive by sin, and that we would make things right with you by repenting of our sins and coming with a new heart and saying, Lord, make us new.